Habari Gani, I am Energy, and I'm so excited for this year's virtual Kwanzaa Holiday Expo. I'm standing here with another one of our featured vendors, and man, this guy has quite the cultural couture, as you can see. So, without further ado, this is Wayne Rick Ross, the owner of Jifunze.
How you doing, Daisha?
I'm doing well.
But see, you're saying energy now.
Energy,
so,
that's
and
right.
since you're doing Habari Ghana, you in Swahili, I can say Nguvu instead of energy.
I like that.
Okay.
All right, but we want to say Jifunze. What exactly is Jifunze, and tell us a little bit more about your brand.
Just to give you a little background, some years ago, about 12 years ago, I wanted to start learning a foreign language. So my wife and I were trying to decide what language we would learn. And we came across people from East Africa. And so we said, hey, since we're African American, we're Black Americans, why don't we learn an African language, which was Swahili? So we started learning Swahili till we got fluent with Swahili. And then we started to notice some of the fabrics that came out of East Africa. And my wife said, we should start getting some clothes from East Africa. We started doing that. Then she said, we should make a business with clothes from East Africa because no one knows about East African clothes and no one knows about East African fabrics. Typically, most folks know about West African. So we said, we're going to go to the East Side and start getting clothes, jewelry, and everything, and bring it here to the States. Since so many people know about the Swahili language, with Kwanzaa, that's from Swahili, why don't we bring some Swahili flavor in the clothes? So that's how Jifunze got started. And Jifunze is a Swahili word that means learn. So we wanted people to learn about East African clothing, East African culture and style. So we brought it to St. Louis.
That's fabulous. So you made a distinction between West African garb and East African garb. And what could you say about Jifunze that really highlights the difference, the contrast?
Well, with East African garb is very vibrant in colors. Now, one thing about West African garb is more traditional. Well, East African garb does not have that type of tradition in the way the clothes are styled. So you can do anything you want with them. So that's why we brought the East African colors and patterns and fabric, and we made American style clothes that Black Americans tend to go for. One thing about East Africa most folks don't know is that their fabrics are known throughout East Africa throughout Africa plainly as high quality. So you can do a lot of things with the fabrics. In fact, in Tanzania, textiles, the fabrics are their biggest business. They have an area in Tanzania, in Dar es Salaam, where they get about 2 to 3 million people per day buying fabrics. That's how big it is. So it's so big that we had to bring that here and just let it flow with the American style, Black cultural style we can do. And yet it has the African background and flavor.
Absolutely. So with a modern twist. And not only does he have beautiful accessories to highlight some of his fabrics, his East African fabrics, but he also has items for men. Can we talk a little bit about what's on our beautiful spread here?
Okay, what I have here are shirts, and what you see that I have one on, it's called Darizi. Okay, you heard of dashiki?
Yes.
That's West African. Darizi is East African.
Right.
Now, the Darizi shirts and styles, I will tell you the closest. Now, I didn't bring many of those, any of the ones I'm about to mention, but the closest idea to Darizi, if you remember the movie Black Panther, the styles that they wore, that's closer to the Darizi style than anything. So Darizi styles have changed a bit much. So you see with this shirt that I have on, this is Darizi. This is one of the newer style Darizis, but we still have the other embroidered ones that they do where the men from Black Panther, the way they wore those embroidered styles, we still have those types of shirts too. But I wanted to bring some that are a bit heavier for the wintertime instead of the summer styles that are more of the cotton. So these are some of the newer styles of Darizi that I wanted to make sure that people got a chance to see.
Wonderful. So you mentioned cotton as being one of the major types of patterns or main types of fabrics that you use with your designs. But what other types of fabrics do we have here? Is this linen that I'm looking
No,
at?
this is more of rayon.
Okay.
See, that's a newer thing. But the textile of cotton is their biggest thing. So they don't have Darizi where they have the kitenge fabric, which is what they really use. This is all kitenge. Even though this is a West African style, the fabric is kitenge, which is the wax fabric. Now you'll hear, I just want to say this, you'll hear or see a lot of things that say wax fabric, but it's not the East African kitenge wax fabric. I'll show you the difference. Now everyone knows this pattern. Okay, everyone knows this pattern. tell you the truth, this pattern actually started in East Africa, not in West Africa. Anyway, but what you can see, if you get up close, you will see a pattern within the fabric. That's the unique wax fabric of kitenge from East Africa. So when you see our clothes, especially with this pattern, the skirts that we make, the maxi skirts that we make, you're going to see a waxed pattern within the fabric. So that kitenge wax fabric is the biggest thing in Tanzania. And of course, it spreads throughout Africa, but it makes the fabric more durable and it lasts. So that's why we recommend those who purchase our clothes to dry clean, as opposed to putting in the harsh waters. Wonderful. To take off the wax fabric. We want the wax to stay on there and that pattern to stay on there with
Absolutely. It. And that also will key into its authenticity.
Yes, exactly. So you'll know you're getting real kitenge if you see the pattern in the wax.
Absolutely. So is this your first time participating in Better For Me Live's Kwanzaa Holiday Expo?
No, I have to say this is probably my fourth time.
Wonderful.
And I love, I was hoping we were going to have it this year with all the COVID things, because I love the Kwanzaa event here at Better Family Life. So when we started our business, I mean, I was searching high and low to see who was doing it. And I was like, oh, Better Family Life got it. So I wanted to make sure I got involved, and I've been coming ever since.
That's right. And this year is going to be just a little bit different because, as of course, we've all been adjusting with the times, including our small businesses here. And of course, Better Family Life doing its best to continue to support the vendors that we typically do have in person every year by hosting a virtual online expo where folks online can actually take advantage of being able to shop with us. Whereas otherwise, if they weren't able to make it to our 3-day long Kwanzaa Expo, right, that they can actually still experience it online. So how can we find Jifunze? Where else can we purchase Jifunze?
We can purchase it on eBay. We have an eBay store. It's ebay.com/Jifunze, and you'll be able to find our wares. We're loading more and more on. We actually are selling some now, but we're loading more and more on. So all of these will be on our website, including one thing I didn't or failed to mention is the necklace that you have on, the same necklace here. In Europe, these are made by the Maasai tribe, the women of the Maasai tribe. This is what they're known for. There's their bead work and then their brass work that goes along with it. In Europe, they know about it. But in the States, very, very few people knew about the women of the Maasai tribe and what they do. And so when I was there, when I was last there in Tanzania, and I got to see actually how they do it, the level of skill and determination to make something unique, it blew me away. So we get necklaces from the Maasai tribe women in Tanzania.
Wow, from fabulous fabrics to handmade beaded accessories, you cannot go wrong shopping with Jifunze this year, especially if you want to imbue your collection, your clothing collection, with some authentic East African fabrics, right?
That's right.
That's right. And so with all that being said, is there anything else that you want our family at home to know about Jifunze? Anything that we didn't touch on?
Well,
anything else?
We'll just say Jifunze is a Black family-owned business, and we appreciate your support.
Without a doubt.
That's what we want to tell you. And if you want to learn Swahili, you can contact us too.
Oh, well, speaking of Swahili, and speaking of Swahili terms, you mentioned that Kwanzaa is a Swahili term.
Yes.
And as well as the 7 principles that Kwanzaa speaks to. Mm-hmm. Is there a particular principle that you believe Jifunze speaks to?
Well, I would say, which one would I say? What? I have
so
to pick the
many
one.
Brilliant
principles. I would have to say we speak to all of them, because Jifunze itself is a family-owned business. So my family actually participates in a lot of the background work that helps us. So I would say all the principles, all 7 are imbued in Jifunze of Kwanzaa. Yeah, I couldn't pick one that would say it weighs more than the other. I would say all 7.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's absolutely beautiful. So from collective work and responsibility to cooperative economics to finding your purpose, bringing people together for a purpose behind bringing East African culture to the forefront and being able to make the distinction between East African fabrics and West African fabrics. I think that what you're doing here is brilliant, and I'm looking forward to all of our family at home shopping with you all this particular holiday season. This is going to be amazing, and you all are going to make this even more amazing by having pieces in your own collections at home.
Thank you.
No, thank you.